All right, Shalom, it's your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in true sincerity. And we're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Revelation 17 and 1. It says, And there came one of the seven angels, which had seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And that great whore is talking about America, man. America is the great whore, Babylon, mentioned in the scriptures, And there's many ways you could prove that, man. There's many traits when it speaks about the great whore, when it speaks about Babylon, that you can find in America, man. It goes together like a puzzle piece. So as for those men that are learned and those that can receive it, the great whore mentioned in Revelation, Babylon the Great, is America, man. It's talking about America. America is likened to a woman, a whorish woman, a harlot that sitteth upon many waters. Salakia. With that, I'm going to get a book of Nahum. It once again talks about the whore, the harlot. We're going to get that scripture. It's Nahum, I think the third chapter. It says, Nahum 3 and 1, it says, Woe to the bloody city. So it's talking about a city in America. The whole of America is considered a city because it's filled with citizens. You get the word city right there. It says a city, excitement, anguish, terror, city, town, a city, town. Well, you know what, I'm getting a definition. This is the Webster 1828 definition of city. It says, in a general sense, a large town, a large number of houses, inhabitants established in one place. In a more appropriate sense, a corporate town, a town of collective body of inhabitants, corporate and governed by particular officers, mayors, and aldermen. This is in the sense of the word in the United States. So the United States is the great city. Definition 3, the collective body of citizens or the inhabitants of a city, and we say the city will establish market, and the city reveal the vote. So this is the city. Nahum is the bloody city. In the book of Nahum, that's talking about the bloody city, man. So let's get the scripture back. So this is Nahum 3 and 1. It says, Woe to the bloody city. And as once again speaking about America. Why is America a bloody city? Because it shed the blood of the prophets, man. That's also in the scriptures too. Let me find the scriptures. This is once again referring to going back to the scripture, woe to the bloody city. And why is it the bloody city? Because it shed the blood of the prophets, man. It says, for they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. And you heard another also say, and so, Lord, the Almighty, true, and righteous are thy judgments. So they have shed the blood of the prophets. Let me get another definition. Another scripture right here. Revelation 24, specifically talking about Babylon, man. Right here it says in verse 21, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon. So you go back to Nahum 3 and 1, it says, Woe to the bloody city. And this is the great city, the great city Babylon be thrown down. Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voices in the heart of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpets shall be heard no more at all. Indeed, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more indeed, and the sound of mills shall be heard no more in all indeed, because there is not going to be no comeback for America after it's destroyed, man. There's not going to be no rebuilding. There's not going to be no purpose or existence, to this land, man. The land that we are standing in right now is going to be utterly destroyed by the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all indeed. And the voice of the bridegroom and the bride shall be heard no more at all indeed. For thy mercy were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived, man. So by the witchcraft, by the demonic influence on the left hand side, they were deceived all the nations, man. And in her was found the blood of prophets and saints and of all that were slain upon the earth, because America responsible for the murder of everything, pretty much, man. Let's go back to the book of Nahum. It says, Woe to the bloody city, is full of lies and robbery. The prey departs not, the noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and the prancing horses and the jumping chariots. This describes America, man. This is America. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there was a multitude of slain. So going back to Revelation 11 and 8, I think it was. It's like 11 and I think it's this one. For they have shed the blood of saints and prophets have given blood to drink, for they are worthy. Let's try the other one. And in here was found the blood of prophets and all the saints that were slain upon the earth. Let's go back to the scripture. It says, for the horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none entered their courses. They stumble upon their courses. Because America equals mass death, man. And when you go by the ways and regulate fashions of America, you are making the covenant with death, man. That's what the scripture says. Because of the multitude of whoredoms, going back to Revelation 17 and 1, the great whore. Because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft. Now you cannot fit no other country this into the description but America, man. Plain and simple. America fits these characteristic traits of the great whore perfectly. It says, behold, I am against you, says the Most High of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdom thy shame. So that's why scripture says, no more shalt thou be tender and delicate, man. Let's get that word. Let's get that scripture. I think it's in Isaiah. Yeah, come. It says, come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sitting in the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Going to jump down to verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen, and I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. There shall be no more called tender and delicate, man. So let's go back to Revelation. Where was I at? Salah. Revelation 18:24 says, in her was found the blood of prophets and saints, and all that was slain upon the earth, man. So, this is a perfect description of America, man. Let's go back to Revelation 17 and 1. It says, I'll jump down to verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth committed fornication, the half of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication, man. It's talking about, the philosophies of America. That's the wine of a fornication. That goes into homosexuality, the do as thou wilt mentality. That goes into all of that, man. That's the wine that America feeds the rest of these nations. That's the wine that all these other nations get drunk upon, man. So-called democracy and the American way, which basically means having that do as thou wilt spirit. If it feels good, do it. Everything's for monetary gain, man. Everything is sold out for the highest dollar. That's the everything is sold to demons. You bow down to demons because America is a demonic state, man. America is a demonic nation. That's plain and simple. You see that in the everyday doings of America, man. From the music to the movies to the television to the way they run business in general, man. The grocery stores, everything's demonic, satanic, deceptive. It's all contrary to the Most High. It's a great horror, and it calls you to commit adultery, man. If you follow the ways of America, you are committing adultery against the Most High. He's going to judge you for that. Plain and simple. There is no other explanation. There is no other explanation but that you will die to death, man. You will die to death. And they don't teach you in the so-called Christian church. They don't even go into the book of Revelation, man. This is America is the great whore. There's many scriptures that prove it. And I just got a few scriptures from one chapter, and it's right on point with a description of America, man. I'm gonna keep on going. It says, so he carried me away in the spirit. This is John speaking. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of things of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns, man. So that's that scarlet-colored beast as a representation of Esau, Edom, because that's who runs America, man. That's who America was founded by. That's who controls America. That's what America's all about. America is here to benefit the Edomites because this is their kingdom, pretty much. It says, we came in spirit and saw a woman's and into the wilderness and saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of blames of blasphemy. Blasphemy is everything Esau does that is against the Most High. Everything he does is blasphemy against the Most High, man. You know, from his food system to his school system to his news system to his financial system to his farming system, everything is blasphemy against the Most High, man. Day in and day out, the blasphemy against the Most High, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And as we know, those 7 heads and 10 horns goes into NATO and things like that, man. You know, just look at the sign. You know, there is a sign of the great horde. Let me see if I can find it. Conan, if you look at the picture there, you know, this is what it's describing, man. The beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. Basically, this is America. This is the description of America, man. The 7 heads of the government of King ruled by Esau, man. So this is a perfect description or picture that describes, you know, America, man. You know, but going back to the scripture, Slack had an interruption.